Have you hugged a tree today? Welcome to the Law of One, conscious channeling of LL Research. I am QO and greet you once again in love and light through this instrument. At this time, it is our privilege to attempt to respond to those queries which those present may find value in the asking. May we begin with the first query? Yes, I have a question. It's about trees. When we go to trees and we recognize in our consciousness that they are a first density, I think they're first density, and that they were created by the one creator, do the trees understand when we talk to them in their own way? Do they give out love? If you hug a tree, do they feel the love that you give to them in a certain way? This I would be very interested in knowing the answer to. I am QO, and we find that your assumptions are correct, except for the level of consciousness expressed by those that you know of as trees. The second density is the proper designation for this particular form of conscious expression, for it has taken that basic awareness of being that has developed within earth, wind, fire, and water, and has added unto it the form that expresses a simple movement and growth that is not available to the first density expression of the one Creator. May we answer you further, my sister? Yes, I'd like to know how the trees know when to lose their leaves. Is this an inward intelligence? If the weather remained warm through December and January, would they still change and fall, the leaves, or is it triggered through the sun's rays? What triggers the trees to tell them when it is winter and when it is summer and when it is spring? Is it strictly the sun? I am QO. The entities that you know as trees are integral portions of the one creation, as are all individualizations of the one Creator who has set all that there is into motion. All of the creation moves in a rhythm with variations upon a theme, shall we say. All portions of the one creation partake in cycles of growth and death, as you would call it, cycling again from one to the other, from the receiving to the giving, in order that each portion of the one creation might gain in what you may loosely term as experience, and through that experience come to know the self as an individualized portion of the one Creator, and the one Creator as the source of all that there is. Thus, those entities that you know as trees, moving with their own rhythms, are affected by a number of forces, as you would say, that cumulatively cause these entities to move in their own cycles and to produce a number of outward effects that are visible to your eye, including the dropping of the leaf forms. And when the new season begins in the spring, the development amongst those who have dropped their leaf forms of yet another crop, shall we say, of these leafy structures. The sun, the rotation of your planet, the location upon the surface of the planet, whether to the north or to the south of that line known as the equator that divides your planet in two. The internal programming of these entities, known as trees, which responds to these outward forces and other more subtle rhythms that are not as easily apparent as those we have mentioned. Together work to cause the cycle of seasons to have its effect upon those entities that you know as trees. Thus does each portion of the creation move in its own rhythm and affect each other portion of the one creation in a fashion which may be subtle or overt, inner or outer, small or large. May we answer you further, my sister? No, thank you very much. You've helped me.